How's your Wednesday? Mine has been productive. Thank you for asking. We are talking tonight how to best support your partner on their life journey.
You gotta slide TF over, bruh.
Okay. I'm coming.
She's still trying to pin the comment.
You know? You feel me?
Yes, small hands.
Like, you gotta set it up, right?
What's good, y'all?
Hello, y'all. How's it going?
Happy, what's Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Happy
you just
hump
said
day.
it. He's catching up, yeah.
Alright, you gotta still slide over because you're not in my shit, bruh.
We like to get comfy in the dojo.
What's poppin'?
How's it going, y'all? Hello, hello.
Yo, Ash, you gonna stop hating on me.
What's going on?
Right?
What's going on, Prince? Yeah.
What up?
Come on through, y'all. So tonight we're talking about how to best support your partner on their life journey. This is a really convoluted SAT word. This is a really convoluted topic. This is something that has a lot of layers to it, and it's really different in different people's lives, right? Like, any way that you support one partner that you're with might be different from the next, you know?
Right, and if you don't have a partner, which is okay, how would you like to be supported in your relationship?
What would feel important to you? What would be a way that you could really feel validated in the relationship that you have with other people? Hello, y'all, everybody that's joining us.
What up, what up, what up?
Feel free to mention to us ways that you have felt supported in the past, or ways that you like to pay attention to the people that you're in a relationship with. This is a hard thing also, I feel like, because sometimes...
Pause.
Because sometimes I feel like we don't always agree with what the other person's deciding to do. And that could get really tricky too, right?
So, what do you mean, like, when you're in a relationship and you don't rock
like, you're supposed to be supportive, but maybe you don't really love what they're...
So, like if he was a porn star.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Good example, yeah, great.
It was a great example. It's not a great example?
If I was a porn star, you can be a porn star.
If you was a porn star, I wouldn't be around because I got to stay clean. You know what I'm saying?
Anyways...
Hold on, wait. We have a question. Yo, we taking questions early. I like it.
Okay.
Let's get it started,
Let's
y'all.
hear it. Let's what it is.
All right. Ash says,
I'm gonna sip my Patron.
I have... Oh, we sipping Patron. We fancy.
In the dojo, my guy.
No doubt.
We got clouds indoors.
Wait, don't spill nothing because you know we're not supposed to have drinks in the dojo. Anyway, she says, I have a question.
VIP.
What if they aren't as ambitious, so it just always seems as if you have to motivate or support them?
Good question.
But they a bum and I can't sort of support a bum. First of all, right, you don't need to be supporting a bum. Second of all...
Thank you.
That's a really dope ass question because
yes, that's a great question.
You know, going way back into time when I was actually a man that, you know, wasn't with the beautiful Rose. I've been in relationships where it's like, you know, that happens and it won't work because you'll be so ambitious, and if they can't meet you at that level, it's like, what are we gonna do? And if you continue to pull them like, yo, come on, let's go do this, let's go make this money, let's go, you know, let's motivate. And they're just like, nah, I'm here playing GTA. I ain't got time for that. Like, I'll get into it in a minute.
So you're always compromising yourself.
You're always compromising yourself. And
that's a dangerous game.
Yeah, you really you letting someone take a chip of your being, and that's not fair to you, and that's not fair to them because, you know, they're essentially taking a part of you, you know, that, and your partner is really supposed to be adding, you know, and like putting a piece of helping you piece the puzzle together, and, you know, like
helping you motivate yourself.
Right.
In that
it just
way.
I don't think it's gonna work at the end of the day. It didn't work for me. I don't see it working with a lot of people. They just get frustrated, and it's just like,
I think there's a certain level that you can motivate other people in your life to, because we aren't always at our best, right? Like sometimes we're down and we need somebody else to help bring us up, and And there's nothing wrong with that in the moment, but I kind of agree if you always feel like you're compromising a piece of you for that other person, where you're like, man, they're never meeting me where I'm at. Like, I'm always the one who's trying to pull them along with me. Eventually, what you'll be doing is sacrificing a piece of your success that you can have, or your happiness and your fulfillment in life, because you're always trying to help someone who doesn't want to help themselves first, you know? That's draining, you know?
That's very draining. I don't have time for the bullshit. Like,
that's something that I feel I've been blessed to share with you, just because we make it a really strong point to support and show appreciation of each other.
Right.
And actually, when you grow to support someone in the path that they're on, and you're receiving that from them as well, it builds on that energy, right? So as I support him and he supports me, that supports me back, and it supports him back, and, you know, it kind of builds on this it builds this momentum for us to move better into the future as a unit.
Right.
Rather than us being at odds about certain things. When you're on that same level, it really pushes you into the next level. Like, you wake up in the morning and somebody's on the same vibe with you, like ready to tackle life and tackle your goals and stuff. And
when you on that level, it's important to know and understand that you'll be at odds at times, you know, but you know that being at odds at the end of the day is to, you know, elevate what, you know, your partner and you have created. So it's cool it's not cool, but it's going to happen, and it's like, it's human emotions, and, you know, being around each other, you get but it's
just
important. It's important to, like, I always say, is like, it's important to, if you're going to argue to find solutions, not argue to hurt feelings. So,
not argue to argue.
Right. Because then that
hurts both of you.
Yeah, nobody wins at the end of the day, and that's emotional intelligence.
And so if you were to be arguing with somebody for a purpose, how do you, like, get through the really hard part of just being in that hurtful place? Like, how do you push through in an argument with your partner to the other side of things? Like, to that place of productivity. Even though you're in that anger and you can feel frustrated, you could still feel like you're working towards a better communication for the both of y'all in the future.
Word. So when, like, keep it a buck, like, when we spazzing at each other, because it's not all Nenjahs and Roses over here. Look, when we go at it, like, we, you know what I mean, blah, 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 but at the end of the day, it's
just like that.
The emotional intelligence is like, all right, so what didn't you like that I did? You know what I'm saying? This is what you did that I didn't rock with. And then at the end of the day, like, all right, cool, I'm going to make an adjustment because I understand that you don't rock like that. You know what I'm saying? It's push. You know, it's give and take. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
adult moves right there.
It's really adult moves, and
I feel like that's like letting go of your ego in a major way.
Right.
Like hearing somebody tell you about why you're a shithead.
Right. Ash says, "Don't go tit for tat. Keep bringing it back to the point." Right. So
yes,
and I think, like, and it goes deeper than just, like, you know, arguments and stuff. I think it goes deep as to what you saw when you grew up. So, like, if you saw if you saw your parents, like, bickering and barking at each other, like, chances are you're going to emulate that. But chances also are you don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to deal with what they dealt with, the headache, and you don't want that in your relationship. So it's the emotional intelligence has to be raised higher. so you know, you can.
We're really being serious.
Yeah, for sure. But having a good time too. Right. So yeah, the emotional intelligence has to be to a place where both of you are knowledgeable about where you want to go in the conversation and where you want to take it. Like, do I want to call your mother a smelly twat, or, you know what I'm saying? Or do we want to work towards, like, we didn't communicate right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you definitely gotta find the balance, because emotions run high sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
And we're both fire, so
both fire.
We got Leo
and it's
Aries,
Aries
so.
season. You heard? Don't
in case
ever
you didn't know.
get it misconstrued.
Okay.
April's the greatest month of all time.
Okay. Except it's cold out. It's not the summertime, so
Listen,
it's not the greatest month.
It wouldn't be summertime if it wasn't for April. I'm just
yeah,
going to
it would
my
because
team.
April is not the summertime.
Listen.
Communication is key. Hi, Ann.
What up? What up? What up? Everybody is joining us.
Yes, how's it going?
Word.
Communication is, so this is kind of what we were just talking about here, where communication is key. I'll tell you what. This guy is the
What?
I'll tell you what. This guy is the one who will have the hard conversation, and I'm the one who gets my feelings hurt, and I'm like, shh, later. Like, I don't want to talk to you.
That was high intelligence, right?
I'm defensive. I don't want to hear about how I'm wrong. I'm a Leo. Sorry.
Fact.
Not sorry.
But at least you know.
Yeah, and it's taken a long time, and like we mentioned before, this has been a partnership that has been building for 10 years, y'all. Almost 10 years. And 10 years is a long time. That's
it seemed
almost
just like
a third of my life.
Yesterday when you was, trying, yo, what's up, Nenjah? You that cute,
That's what happened. and the conversations that come about, even when you're heated in the moment, it's so important to see those conversations through. And this guy is the one that holds me accountable for that. If it were not for you, I wouldn't do any of that. I'd be in the other room by myself sulking, right?
Right.
And
that's love.
When you push yourself into that uncomfortable place with this other person who doesn't want to be there either, like you were just talking about, you make it out on the other side with a solution for y'all to better your communication in the future.
Ooh,
so stick through that difficult conversation, because what you realize on the other side of it will be something that's healing and allows more love and understanding in your relationship, rather than holding it on the inside and low-key resenting that person for whatever you didn't put your big girl pants on to talk about in the first place.
Right. That's actual faction.
So, right. So, like Ann said, communication is key. Passive-aggressive is no good for real. Like, I am someone who knows these things, guys, okay?
Yeah.
I've had to learn that.
You've done a great job over the years in terms of, like, acknowledging that. And, I wasn't always like, oh, I know what to say at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're both fire, so it's like, I explode quicker than, you know what I'm saying? And nobody knows it because I'll be chill, but, like, buttons get pressed, and you know how it goes. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, we have responsibilities together. We got to make things happen. We got to go get this bag. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't be mad. I can't be storming around the house, be walking on eggshells because, like,
something that does not matter.
Fact, the bags is coming, and we cannot stop the bags from coming if we not talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? So It's like,
focus on the bags, not the pettiness.
Yeah, facts. And the love. The love is always there, but you can't be messing up the bag, getting mad. Right.
Rose says the best blessing, hi Rose,
hey Rose,
is finding a partner to travel this life with. The work of the relationship never ends. Hard work with great rewards.
That is a wise bar.
Yes.
I would like to repeat, and the work of the relationship never ends. So it's like, even with that, like when, dealing with other people's occupation or your partner's occupation, you got to deal with later, y'all, you got to deal with your own relationship occupation. You know what I'm saying? Because that's sometimes the biggest job of them all. Like, I think there's a lot of relationships and marriages that just kind of go on, and people don't work at it. They don't spice it up. They don't try to find something new,
or thinking that because something or some feeling once existed that it will always not need to be fed to survive, right? We think that because we once had it, it will always be there, and that's not the case.
Not at all.
Especially over long-term relationships. Finding a person to travel this life with is absolutely a piece of supporting your partner on their life journey, right? Because you have to find somebody who's going to rock with you through the total failures and fuck-ups that you make,
Facts.
seeing you at your worst,
Facts.
When you dream outside the box and it seems too unreal to be true, having somebody sitting there and telling you, yeah, you're gonna get that. That's somebody who can really travel with you through your life. And I made a video on this recently which talks about how we fill so many bodies in our lifetime, right? We as ourself live in so many bodies. We're babies and then toddlers and then teenagers and then young adults and then we're full-grown adults. And for us to assume, let's say you get in a relationship with somebody, I was 21 when we got in a relationship and or like 20 maybe. And because that math doesn't add up. But anyways, for me to expect that I am the same person today, 9 years later, as I was the day that we first met each other.
Right.
And to expect that me, when I'm 40 years old and 60 years old, will be the same person that I was when I was a 20-year-old is not a realistic expectation. So for me to assume that our relationship will be the same as it was when we initially met and that love will be in the same form is not a realistic expectation. We grow, feelings grow, people grow, love grows, right?
Right.
And for me to think that everything will just ride because I said I'm your boyfriend and I'm your girlfriend and you're my boyfriend, or I said I'm your wife and you're my husband, that's not a realistic thing to ever expect. You have to work at that continually and find somebody who will go on that life journey with you, right?
Right. It's tough though, bro. Like, what do you do when, you know, like, and this is going back to the occupation part, like, what do you do when your partner's occupation is taking up most of the time, mostly, you know, your together time? Like, they work all day, they come back home, they just want to eat, put their feet up, you know, and just go to sleep and repeat it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think people do when that? So, like, let's take we're a very different case, but, like, I'm a musician. I want to be in the studio probably 25 hours out of the day, right? But what time do you think that, like, we should, I guess, spend together? Like, how many, what's the healthy amount of hours one or a partnership should be together in terms of, like, you know, hey, let's go do something. Let's go.
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I feel like partners can have super different expectations on that. Like, one person can expect a whole bunch of together, concentrated, focused attention time. Right. Or some people are really into PDA, for example, or something like that.
Right. So it's like, that all plays a major thing into the relationship. Like, yo, I might want to do something, and then you might want to do something, but then, like, it kind of branches off, and then it's like, we can't find any way back simply because we haven't put that work in. And
that's a piece of maintaining your independence too, though.
That definitely goes into it. Like,
how do you figure out what's your together time that y'all share, and what's your independence where you say, this is by me, for me, I do it for me.
Right.
I need my time, you know?
That's interesting. Because it's like,
we've had a lot, there's been a lot of that.
Yeah, for sure. And, like, I'm more of an introverted person, and you're more of a extroverted person.
Yeah, a little. Just a little sometimes.
Just a little?
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
It's capital E.
Whatever. Yeah.
It's capital.
So, whatever, how that goes is like, there has to be something in the middle. There has to be like boundaries, and then there has to be like a median. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, if I'm in the studio and you know I'm working on something in the studio, try your best to leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
politely.
Politely, of course, obviously. If you're on a call with something or with somebody and I need help with, you know, like, hey, I'm hungry. Are you making food anytime? Like,
this is my life.
Yeah,
guys.
listen, whatever.
This is my life.
Anyway, listen, man gotta eat.
Send for help.
Man gotta eat. Look, if you didn't cook as good, I won't have to bother you.
Oh, okay.
You know
Okay, all right.
So anyway, like, what was I saying?
Back to the point.
The point was, I learned these things. These are like little minor adjustments. It's like, all right, communication comes in the key where you're like, all right, this is my occupation. I need you to leave me alone when I'm doing this.
Yes.
And when I'm doing that, you need to leave me alone.
Yes.
But when we're done that, hey, what's up? What's going on? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like...
So where's the line
space.
that you draw? You know, I think that some people in relationships, again, you and I have spent a lot of time and a lot of energy working out those communication details between us. And it hasn't been without frustration, right? Like, y'all see us and we chillin', we're happy with each other because, like Rose said, it is always work to get to that place. And then it is great joy that follows, right?
And a lot of weed, too. Weed definitely calms you down, especially like, yo... Just smoke a little bit, relax. You ain't got to worry about none of that.
Right, exactly.
But anyway.
But what's the line that is drawn between, again, like Ash was mentioning, kind of like sacrificing a piece of who you are for that other person, right? So, like, how do I draw the line between me sacrificing my work because you want to hang out all the time? Or vice versa. Maybe I'm really pressed and I want to hang out all the time, and then I realize that my work has been lacking because I'm distracted.
I think it's going to show up in your relationship. Then you're going to have to readjust. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're not going to be happy whether your partner is not giving you enough time and energy, or you're not getting enough time and energy, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if your partner feels the opposite way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's going to come back. There's going to be a lot of headbutting because it's like you guys are at ends. And it's like important to just come in the middle and have that conversation. Like, yo, I know that this is just as important. This occupation is as important as us as an occupation. You know what I'm saying? Because they're both jobs. Being in a relationship and going to work, they're the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with personalities. When you're at work, you got to deal with the personality of your partner and then the intricacies of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a whole lot of things going on, but you have to find the median. You know what I'm saying? It's all
about the balance, right?
The balance and communication. Communication is key. I always say it. So it's like, explain how you actually feel.
Yeah.
If the person doesn't feel like that, then you might need to find another person.
Well, what you want to do is like kind of get your point across and not feel like you're offending somebody, right?
Right.
So I think that's taken me a while to get where, you know, sometimes I will be quick to be offended by something that doesn't necessarily carry an offense.
Okay.
Or sometimes I will, you know, like the person didn't mean that, you know. Or I will, like, speak too poignantly. Like, I'll speak too strongly about something and almost come across, like, harshly in a way. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so realizing kind of like, I think it's all about perspective too, right? So it's like, if I were to try to put myself in the other person's shoes, how would I want to be treated, you know?
Right.
And so what I found really hard and interesting when you live with somebody for years, that you realize you have to try to compromise by viewing situations from the point of view of how that person is. If that makes sense. Because that gives me a different perspective. And I know that you're a different person than I am, right? So we could both look at the same situation and have a completely different viewpoint. And for me to be compromising and understanding and patient in a relationship, it comes from me looking at the same situation that we're both dealing with from how you might feel about it.
Right, perspective.
And so for me, something that I might not think of as particularly offensive. Like, let's say I'm somebody who really, really loves my independence. And I'm like, listen, babe, I do this when I feel like it, and we'll always have time for each other. Don't worry about it. Well, the other person might feel like,
you just took a
you
big
put me on the back burner. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
and when that person actually really is just like, I'm independent and I do what I want and I still love you and I'll have time for you.
Right.
And so if that person were to look at it from that other person's point of view who might be a little more sensitive, they would realize, like, let me phrase this in a way that will be received better by this person. Does that make sense? So it's almost like compromising just by paying attention to your delivery in life, right? Because you're around this person all the time.
Okay.
Even if y'all aren't spending quality up in each other's face time together, you're always around that person.
Right.
And it's important to kind of like look at the way that you can't just go out and say, I'm going to act however I want, I really don't care. You're rocking as a team now. Y'all are both representing each other, right?
Right.
So the way I act reflects on you and vice versa. And so it's important to consider how would that person want to be presented to the world, and for you to then like act in a way that is appreciative and acknowledges that. Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does make... I mean, it's like... I actually wanted to ask him some questions, too. Just on a more personal level. Like, how is it...
We gonna ask y'all some questions?
Yeah, all 17,000.
Get ready.
So, being in a relationship with a musician, and this is, more directed, I guess, towards my, towards my profile, just music and shit. It has its stigmas, you know what I'm saying? Like, they say, like, don't mess with musicians because blah, 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 like, they're womanizers and yada, yada, yada. I've heard a lot of things over the years. Whatever. How do you feel in terms of, like, supporting my occupation? Go ahead and take a little sip. Think on it. Think on it real.
Good question. So many good questions, guys. If anybody has experience with being in a relationship with a musician, let us know.
Facts.
What's your opinion on it? What's your thoughts on it? I think that this is one of the like really cliche like nightmares, right? Like the girl brings a musician home, and how is he ever gonna like put food on the table, you know, like that sort of thing.
That's one of the stigmas,
right?
Like, yeah, right.
It is. That's what it is, you know.
I think it's a good question.
Yeah, and it's a hard profession to
especially
find your
out,
own way to be successful in,
right.
You know,
Being
instead of doing what everyone else has done.
Right.
But for me,
not a trick question.
Well, there's levels to it that I feel like are personal to the two of us. So one thing that I really appreciate about this guy is your really strong drive and passion. And so when I first saw you doing what you do, which was years ago, by the way, like when I was 15, it was very apparent to me how much of your soul went into what you were doing, even though we were really young.
Right.
So when I knew that was a part of your life that was so important as we were getting older, it was never really a question to me, because I understood that it was the thing that brings you passion and drive in life.
Right.
And so for me, it wasn't really a question. It was like, this is what this guy wants to build his life around. I don't know how he's going to do it, and it's not my job to figure it out, but I can see how meaningful it is for him in his life, and I would never, ever try to change that about you.
Right.
Again, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're really clear about that's who you are,
right.
You've always held this viewpoint.
Right.
You can get with it, or you will eventually have to get lost.
Right.
It sounds harsh, but it's like,
it's real life.
This is what I do, and so you'll basically end up being in line with it, or you'll just kind of like fizzle your way out, you know?
Right. We were friends first, yes.
We were friends first.
Yes.
For a long time. You were just the homie.
Yeah, facts. That is facts.
Yeah. We met when we were in like high school, early high school, yeah.
Yeah.
And Anne says, can't change people no matter how hard you try. That is exactly right. Yeah. And so I think for other people who are in relationships with people who are musicians who are trying to pursue that as their career, it can be really hard because the path is not laid out for you, and you are trying to find your way in a world where there's high levels of competition. Right. You're questioning the value that you bring to the table. You're questioning the purpose of why you're there. You're questioning if you have the longevity in you to be a musician for a lifetime, and how you can build that into a career that's sustainable into your old age, basically.
I mean, and that's really, I feel like that's really any thing that you were passionate about.
Absolutely.
Even if it's, you're mopping floors or anything.
Absolutely.
Like, can I do this for, and it's just like those are stigmas. Those are definitely stigmas that, try to deter people away from their dreams. But, And
the thing at the end of the day, I feel like, is if you are with somebody who's in any type of arts, which is something that...
Breaking wine glasses on bricks. I don't know who or what you're talking about it, because it wasn't a brick, it was a tree.
Anyways, I feel like if you're with a person who's in the arts, that is something like chronically in this country that has bad stigma attached to it, right? It's something where people are like, oh, they're never gonna...
You're aloof.
Yeah, you're never gonna make any money, and it's kind of like a cop-out profession and stuff like that. My point is, when you find yourself with a musician or an artist who's very clear that this is their life work and that this is their mission, it will be undyingly clear to you that you would not want to do anything but to support those people in the pursuit of their passion. Right. The way that you live through music inspires me to live through other things in my life. Aww. And that's something that, again, we give back and forth to each other, right?
Of course.
So if you're with a person who's an artist and they're kind of doing it for the show of it, and you don't really know if they take themselves seriously, that might not be something that you really have to worry about, because it might not stick around for that long. But long story short, when you see that this is something that is so much a part of that person's life and brings them so much passion, you will understand that there's nothing that you would rather do than help them realize the extent of their dreams that they have for themselves.
Right.
And again, that kind of does go with anything. It's like, if I rock with you, that's what we're here for. Fact. It's to be ride or die for each other, right? It's to be the only person who's there at the end of the day when everybody else has left you because you've fallen flat on your face and no one's there to pick you up.
For sure.
That person is there for you.
Yeah.
Artist or not. Right?
Artists or not.
Yeah.
But you also know that, like, that core, like, those core values work, in the opposite way, meaning, like, it works for you as well. So it's like, when I see that you're passionate about something, it's just like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and keep pushing this, because it's like, if you're passionate, that means you're gonna go hard about it, and then like, we both work together to just create that platform and create that dynamic of strength, and just being able to do dope things and create dope things. So I'm definitely like a passion first guy, and I appreciate you for understanding that and all of that good stuff. And
that doesn't come as easily as it has.
Oh nah.
That to say all of that has taken me a long time to get to as well. So again, do not think that what you see here is to not acknowledge the entire journey that has followed us, right? Y'all see what it is. You don't see everything that built it,
Fact.
The other thing I wanted to touch on, just because I feel like it's a really, really important thing to talk about, ride or die, ain't no in between. Spoken like a true Leo.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
All we do is ride or die, yo. That's it.
You either riding or you dying. That's it.
So one of the things that's really important that I wanted to talk about is that a lot of people in life strive to be in a relationship, right? Love feels good. Being wanted feels good. Like being in a place with somebody where you can reciprocate feelings for each other and knowing that they're there to support you, that's something that we all would like to have at some point, right? And sometimes it works in certain ways, and sometimes the timing isn't right, and we move on to the next relationship and whatever it is.
Right.
But the thing that I have found, most that I've discovered while I've been with you, is that if there's anything that I know at the end of the day, that I don't have to count on you for anything. Now, that sounds kind of harsh, but behind all of it is for me to say that I'm so sure and trusting of the relationship that we have that I know that it kind of carries itself.
Right.
And the love that I give to myself is not something that can be replaced by the love that we share with each other.
Ooh, that's a motherfucking bar! So can we rewind the IG Live? Can we rewind it?
No.
Because that's so real. It? But look, can I, hold on, I gotta pause you. Hold on, this is the pause button on the joint. Because that's real. Hold on, that's so real. Like, I find a lot of people, my friends, my peers, my family members, try to get into relationships looking for something that can only ultimately be given to them by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
You're looking for a solution to your problems outside of yourself. This love will fix me.
Facts. Someone asked, if I may, how long have you guys been together? We were just talking about this.
So it's been 9 years, basically. We don't have a particular anniversary. That's another thing that we can talk about. But basically, Nenjah and I are people that do things really with the flow of our life. We're really organic, and when things are ready to happen, it kind of just spills out of us. And that's the way that our relationship actually initiated as well. But it's been about 9 years.
Bruce Lee said, be like water.
Be like water.
So it's like, you gotta, what do you say? Let go
and let flow. Yup.
Yo, it's real shit though. Like, you just gotta let it rock, because the minute you start like trying to like force things, like, listen, the world rotates on the axis at 360 degrees. You don't think that is the yin and the yang. There's heaven, there's hell, there's positive, there's negative energy. Listen, that's another live.
That's another live.
But look,
that's the deep knowledge.
But look, that's the third eye knowledge. You heard? But look, that's real. Going back to what you said, like, you really have to find that love within yourself before you can even think about loving somebody else. That's your partner, that's your kids, it's whoever. Like, you solidified in your stance and what you do and how you walk amongst the earth. Yeah. You good money, no matter what society tries to tell you, no matter what society tries to feed you, because it's mostly going to be bullshit. Right. But look, be cool with yourself, let it flow, you're good money. Yes. You know what I mean? That's why I'm
Yes. But that's the truth. It's like you have to get right with yourself and then take that energy and bring that to your relationship with other people, and that will allow you both to grow together exponentially. Fact. I cannot give to someone else what I do not have first for myself, right? Fact. I have to fill my own cup to be able to pour into yours. Fact. So if I come to the table with nothing to offer, we're not going to get anywhere, bro. Right.
And when you pour your cup into my cup, then the cup spilleth over, you heard? And then we reek in abundance. That's all we about, is reeking in abundance.
We reek in abundance, yeah.
Whether it be love, air, and so money, food, whatever you want in this life you can get, and you have the support of everyone around you, but you just got to make sure you find it. And that's me keeping it a buck.
Yeah, well, the other thing that goes with what we were just talking about is even if you have the support of everyone around you, right, you can find the strength to hone those things and create those things in your life for yourself. So if you are thinking, I need a relationship so I can feel more love, give yourself that love first, and then you will find it being given back to you by others naturally, right?
Bars.
When we stop searching outside of ourselves for the things that we seek to hold within us, it changes your whole life.
Speak that shit, alright!
And that's what I feel like we've done with each other. Thank you. You said it has been hard work. Facts. Love yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. What's up, Shorty? How you doing?
Hey, look. When you love yourself, the whole world's gonna love you. That's it. It don't have to be no over the top Kanye West type love yourself.
Nah, but it's magnetic.
It's just like, I'm good. Love myself. My melanin popping. We good. We out here. We chilling.
Yes.
We good. You know what I'm saying? And everything else is gonna flow. I promise you this, because I've been on the down wind just personally. Like, I've been on the down spectrum of life. I know what it is to be at the bottom. And, I know what it is like rising. You know what I'm saying? I'm not at the top yet, but we gonna get there, man. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get there. But
when you feeling like you at the top, then it doesn't matter where you look like you're at. Yup.
Word. So, love yourself. At the end of the day, if you love yourself, you can find time to support everyone else when they need it. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, your partner's occupations, you love yourself, you're going to love your partner, you're going to love what they do in their lives, you're going to want to support them genuinely. So it all comes down to loving yourself.
You ever meet those people who are like in a bad mood and then they just want everybody else to be in a bad mood with them because they got to be in a bad mood? I
feel like that's like 100% of social media. Besides the Nenjahs and Roses here.
Yeah, y'all are making a good step in your life.
You heard?
No, but like, there's a lot of positive stuff on social media. Let's be real. It's brought a lot of people together. It's an awesome community. It's a really dope thing as a concept. But there's a lot of that.
Yin and yang.
Right? And there's a lot of comparing that goes on, and there's a lot of judging and all of that. I feel like if you know a person like that, they're not ready to be right with themselves. Which means that, like, whoever was saying, Ash before was mentioning, if they're not ready to be right with themselves, they will always be holding you back with that energy. And something that I really appreciate between the two of us is just that I learned to love myself first, and he learned to love himself first.
I think I can't lie to you, I think I always loved myself. It might be like some weird stuff. But I'm going to keep it a buck.
Why is that weird?
Because it's like, it sounds kind of vain.
It's not.
It sounds vain, a little bit.
But that's what you're supposed to do. Why should that be weird? You should love yourself. Wake up every day and stare at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself how beautiful of a person you are. I'm so serious right now.
Ooh.
I'm so serious. I want y'all to really hear me.
Facts.
Do that. Do not feel silly. And the fact that he even just said that right now, I wanted to point it out because that's not weird.
I mean,
you should love yourself. It doesn't have to be an ego thing.
It's definitely like, from a male perspective, it's sometimes associated with being an ego thing. But that's something that me, personally, I just hold in my core. Like, I love myself. Even like, I might skip the gym for a whole 6 months, but I look in the mirror like, damn, I still look buff, you heard? And I did like 20 push-ups in the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's all about like where your heart is, and your heart needs to be
you focus on
you, and everything else will come. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just real spit.
Yeah. So I feel like we both have been in our own places in life, and we've both learned how to live every day by loving ourselves and the things that we bring, the value that we bring to the world and the value that we bring to each other. And when we brought that love for ourselves into our relationship, it allowed us to share something with each other that was really, really special, right? It allowed us to share something that a lot of people have a really hard time getting to, which is just having the confidence in myself to know that I can give so much to you, right?
Right.
I trust in myself at the end of the day. So I don't have to put all of this trust in you because I don't rely so heavily on you for the reassurance about me. I don't rely so heavily in you to give me all the things I look for life. Right. I find it within me.
Right.
And so anyways, I feel like both of us have done that, and we bring it to our relationship that we have with each other, and people are literally magnetically drawn to that energy that we share.
Right.
People are attracted to it. They are mesmerized by it. And all we are doing is loving ourselves.
Right.
And then we love each other from that place of loving ourselves, and it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful from the outside, and people are drawn to it.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, whatever you give yourself is what you will attract. If you're looking for somebody to love you deeply,
right,
give it to yourself, and it will be what finds its way to you, and it will be beautiful.
Word.
It will be exactly what you wanted it to be.
Love yours.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It really just comes down. It's so simple, but it's so difficult because you have to realize there's all of these outside forces, like
telling you not to love yourself.
Telling you not to love yourself. They're telling you you need to look like this. They're telling you need to have. Sorry, I just hit the space bar. Oh, speaking of space bars,
we're in the dojo.
We're in the dojo. Coming out with a new album, so we're going to get into that in the next 5 minutes.
Hey.
Because we got to go soon.
Okay, all right.
Look, what was I saying? I was saying...
Space bars.
No, before the space bars.
All right.
Anyway, so what I was... What? Go? Okay.
No, okay. Go.
All right. So, I appreciate you guys. What the fuck was I saying? Anyway, yeah. Love yourself.
We're talking about loving yourself. We're talking about going out into the world and leading with that love. We're talking about how it can ignite the vibe between different people when you love yourself, and it's something that attracts others to you in a magnetic way, and then it's something that shows out to the rest of the world. People can really pick up on that vibe.
Word. What I actually was going to do was, I think somebody said something on your live. They made a comment on yours, and I was going to talk about it.
Yes, what did they say?
I don't know. Can you scroll up really
quickly?
Sure,
scrolling.
Nope, I lied.
Well,
you gotta scroll back down so you see it. New comments.
So, if y'all have experiences with any of these things, we want to hear from you. Y'all have been giving a lot of feedback about this stuff. People trying to stop your growth, law of attraction, absolutely.
Right.
Both of those things.
Right.
Law of attraction, basically what we're talking about is...
Law of attraction, yo, you put me on the law of attraction. Law of attraction is so real, and it's like, it's the only law that I fuck with. I don't fuck with any other laws because they're man-made.
Gravity, you kind of fuck with gravity.
I don't fuck with gravity because that shit trying to pin me down. Okay. Gravity trying to hold me down, son. You think I'm gonna fuck with gravity? Nah.
So you just fighting it your whole life?
Yup.
You always jumping in the air trying to stay up? Like...
That's why I play basketball.
Loving yourself is so much better than negativity. Minhas, how you doing? Good to see you.
Minhas in the house was happy.
Yes. It's always better. Absolutely. It feels better. It looks better. Other people like it better. And at the end of the day, you'll find yourself with so much more energy to give.
Yes.
Stop draining your energy into people that don't deserve it, y'all.
Yo.
We've all spent a lot longer doing that than we ever needed to.
Yeah.
So.
Let's.
At the end of the day, what?
No,
what are you going to say? Was he going to say something?
I was going to be on a shameless self-promotion, but we'll save that for another time.
Shameless self-promotion, though. If y'all want to see a dope video of our relationship in like, you know, cool and done with the stylings of Nenjah Nycist right here.
Facts.
Y'all can go on his YouTube or on mine, actually, and see the Me and My Model video.
Me and My Model!
Which is fire, and it kind of like, it's just like relationship goals, you know? Like I said, we worked really hard to get here, and it feels really good, and we want y'all to get to that same place. Facts. We want to know the things that really hold you guys up, that you struggle with in relationships, and the things that you really find wonderful and lovely to share with other people.
Facts.
Gravity's man-made.
Listen, I think that you got to be authentic. I think that's it. I think that what we're doing right here is authentic. I think how you guys interact and how you guys like vibe off of us and we vibe off you guys is just straight real. Listen, we're building this community of real people only. You know what I'm saying? Like, we admit our faults. We talk about real stuff. Like, it's a different era. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's hush hush, we trying to talk about it. We trying to talk about all of that stuff. We're
all dealing with it. Why are we going to ignore like it doesn't happen out here?
Right.
People want to hear, like, the thing that people want to know and that y'all should know is that whatever you're struggling with, you're not alone, y'all. We're all going through this stuff. We all have difficult relationships, even with people who aren't our partners, our family, our siblings. Everybody.
We're all going through this stuff, but right now we want to provide that platform for all of us to talk about it and it be a safe space. Yeah. So we're just, at Nenjah Rose, we're doing
all ninjas, all roses are welcome.
Musicians, people
figuring themselves out.
Trying to figure themselves out, because we're all trying to figure ourselves out.
People who think they figured themselves out and will tell you what the real answer is.
Everybody, right. Right.
You never gonna get to the end of that road, so.
Facts.
Keep working, yup.
Yes.
And all the way up, and I appreciate you guys for motivating people and talking about life. That's real. That's exactly what we are here to do, for real. Like, we want to motivate you guys, which motivates us to grow and be better people. That's what feels good, right? That's what we all want to do. We all want to get to the place of the thing that looks really good.
So you turn around from left and right and be like, yo, I'm good. Like, if I was to...
and I worked hard to get here.
Right. And if you were to die, because you are going to die...
You're going to die.
You'll be like, all right, I'm good. Like, I could die tomorrow and be like, you know what?
I did all of the things. Yep.
At the time where I would have passed, I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Because I know that tomorrow I would have did something that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Or today I did something that I wanted to do. And that's loving yourself, and that's just practicing and working and essentially, you know, reaching Super Saiyan God mode.
And then figuring out how to do that with somebody else.
Yeah.
Yep. Y'all can reach Super Saiyan God mode together. Yep.
And then y'all do the fusion. You know what I'm saying?
All right, really quick. What are your top 5 tips for supporting your partner in their life journey and in their occupation?
Can we end it like that? I like that.
Me too.
Top 5 tips.
Okay.
For supporting your partner in their occupation.
Okay.
1. Be... let me read. Communicate.
Yes.
That's it. Communicate.
That's
2. Communicate.
Next one. Go on.
3.
Those are good.
Smoke some weed about it.
That's a good one too. And if you don't, now you can...
If you don't, take a walk.
Now you can eat some CBD about it, so...
You can smoke some CBD about it.
No, but for real, take a walk.
But for real, take a walk.
Yeah, always take a walk.
Find a vice. Because sometimes you can take a walk by yourself. If you take a walk with your partner... Listen, I learned that lesson very young. I got my ass whooped because I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing, and after I got my ass whooped, rest his soul, my grandfather said, go take a walk. And I never knew why he told me to go take a walk, but now I know. Anyway,
that's real life.
That's real life stuff. 4.
Okay.
Communication. Nah, I did that twice. I'm already cheating. 4. Find your vice. Find your outlet. So for me, obviously, my outlet is music. So when I'm in that mood, when I'm in that zone, I'm like, yo, all right, I need the machine. I need the, yeah, my name is Nenjah, coming through, cold in the winter. I need to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's how, and then after that, I'm cool. Okay. Your advice could be, you know, punching the bag, going on a jog, going to the gym, whatever. Find your vice export
Get your
that
energy out so you're
out.
not taking it out on the other person.
Facto. And 5.
Making good. It's the last one.
Lead with love.
This guy right here, he know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's some grown ninja
I like
shit.
that. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
So yeah, lead with love. I be tight at you sometimes.
No.
You get on my nerve. I get on your nerve. But at the end of the day, we lead with love, and we gotta get this motherfucking bag. You heard? So there's that. So those are my 5. Communicate. What was the third one? My memory. Because my memory is shot because the third one was smoke weed. And
take a walk.
Take a walk. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Find your outlet.
Lead
with love.
And lead with love.
There you go. Boom.
Sensei.
Those are good. Those are good ones.
What are your 5?
Okay, my 5, super quick.
All right, because we don't... Yeah, I think we got 2-3 minutes.
My 5... Don't rush me.
I'm sorry.
My 5... Okay, my 5 are... Practice patience.
Ooh.
I say this because I am not a patient person typically, and I'm really good at trying hard.
Yes.
Practice it, and you will get better. Practice it.
Right.
Practice patience.
Right.
Next one for supporting your partner. Give your partner freedom to be the person that they need to be in the moment. Ties in with number 3. Stop pushing your expectations on someone else's life.
That's
it's
deep.
Facts. Try it.
Shit.
Kind of ties in with what we were talking about before.
Jesus.
Let go and let flow. Allow things to be organic, and it will feel the best that it can feel. What am I at? Number 4?
I don't know. Maybe you should just stop the fucking live right now, because I don't even know. That was crazy. Damn.
All right, we're here for bars.
All
Y'all
right.
wanted some bars. Y'all wanted some gems for life.
Straight authentic bars.
It's hump day, baby. We're coming to you with the full.
It's hump day.
Okay, it's hump day. It's hump day, y'all. We talk about relationships. Come on. All right, we gotta jump off the live. We're running out of time.
I got 20 seconds remaining.
Okay, we are here every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Talk to them.
We talk about whatever y'all want to hear about and whatever we feel like talking about.
Facts.
Ultimately, because I do what I want, he does what he wants.
10
right?
seconds. 9.
Thank you so much for the support, y'all. If you want my last 2 things, you gotta DM me.
Hey.
At ARROO.
Peace.
At Nenjah Nycist.
You're still going.
.com. This guy. He edited his early. Nenjah Nycist. NenjahNycist.
Yeah.
Mine's about to end too. But.
Okay.
I love you guys. I appreciate all of the support. And we will see y'all
Peace.
next week. Oops.